Every fruit was perfect, firm, bright, untouched by rot or insects. Traders often paused, staring at her goods with thin-lipped envy. How can she always have fresh ones? Someone whispered, "She doesn't even have a farm," another replied, "But look at her beauty. Maybe the gods favor her." Halima heard the gossip every day, but she never responded. She simply wiped her fruits clean and offered a soft smile to anyone who approached. Customers bought eagerly. Even those who came with the intention to buy elsewhere found themselves drifting toward her stall. It wasn't just her beauty, it wasn't just her bananas, it was something else. Something they couldn't name, something that didn't belong entirely to the human world, but not everyone's attention was driven by curiosity. One man, Emeka, came for reasons he never admitted out loud. Emeka was a struggling farmer, lean, hardworking, always dusty from the fields. His crops grew stubbornly. His pockets were often empty. Yet every morning, without fail, he stopped at Halima's stall. Sometimes he bought one banana, sometimes he bought none, but he always found an excuse to linger. "Let me help you arrange these," he would say, or, "The sun is strong today. Move your stall closer to the shade." Halima listened with quiet amusement. She never pushed him away. Emeka respected her in a way others did not. He never questioned where she lived. Never asked why she left the village before sunset, disappearing into the forest path. He treated her as though her silence was part of her beauty, not a flaw, and Halima found herself staying longer in his presence than she planned. But the forest noticed. The first warning came the night she returned late. A cold rush of wind circled her ankles, and the trees rustled with an urgency she recognized too well. "Do not stay too long," the leaves whispered. "Do not forget who you are." She ignored it. One evening as she prepared to leave the market, an older woman who sold palm oil leaned toward her and whispered, "My daughter, some beauties are not meant to stay among us. People have begun to talk. Go home early." Halima smiled politely, but her hands trembled. The forest was tightening around her choices. The village was tightening around her existence, and Emeka, gentle, struggling Emeka, was slowly becoming the reason she wanted to break every rule her people had ever taught her. The morning Emeka's life shifted. He woke before dawn. The air felt strange, lighter, yet tense. Birds called earlier than usual, and the wind had a restless hum. He carried his cutlass and headed to his farm, hoping the early start would help him gain control over land that always resisted him. But as he approached the field, he felt it first, a presence, something watching. He slowed his steps. At the far end of the farm, half hidden between cassava stems, stood an antelope, not the ordinary kind that fled at human scent, not the type that dashed away at the sound of snapping twigs. This one stood perfectly still. Its coat glimmered with faint white spots, catching sunlight even in shade. Its eyes, bright, wide, almost human, locked onto his. There was fear in them, yes, but also something else, recognition.